So the Pacers are officially eliminated today as they lost a game to the Washington Wizards. Yeah, so I predicted this happening. I don't want to brag, but either way, so far my predictions have gone pretty well, except that one game where the Pacers beat the Hornets. Everything else has gone all right so far, and my prediction for tomorrow's game is going to be the Warriors beat the Grizzlies. So let's see how that plays out. I mean, it's one game, so no predictions. My predictions don't have to go, don't have to do too much with matchups. It's more of gut than anything else. And I'll be making my official playoff predictions tomorrow because the Warriors versus Grizzlies game gets over tomorrow. So we'll know the official standings. Although I think the Warriors will win, but yeah, gotta see what happens, right? Anyway, so this video is not about the Warriors or the Grizzlies. This video is about the Pacers and what they do for the future. So right at the back, I knew the Washington Wizards had the Pacers number because Russell Westbrook. I saw the stat. Russell Westbrook against the Pacers this season was averaging 27 points, some 20 something assists, and 18 rebounds. What the hell? Like, come on, man, cut us some slack. Anyway, so I'll be talking about why. I'll be talking about the Pacers' future in general. So the first thing to talk about the Pacers' future will obviously be the Sabonis Turner front court because this is a front court. This would be the perfect front court if we were in like 2005 or 2006. And like we had front courts dominating back then. And even now, when you see if Sabonis and Turner was a combined player, they would probably be one of the best centers in the league, like hands down. Like because Demontis Sabonis is a bona fide all star. A lot of people are calling him like a budget Nikola Jokic, which I kind of understand where that's coming from because Jokic is similar. He's a great scorer in the paint, a great rebounder, great passer, and Sabonis is all that as well. Although a lot of Jokic's passes come from the top of the key, he's a play initiator. Sabonis isn't exactly a play initiator. A lot of the passes come from the low post and the pick and roll. But either way, Sabonis is a great passer, fantastic rebounder, and he's a really good paint scorer. Like which is kind of a lost art, and this is why I love watching Sabonis. Even though some people think he's boring, I do find him fun to watch. And either way, he's a bona fide star. He scores in the paint with a really high efficiency. The 3 point shot can be a bit better, but either way, this is what Sabonis is right now. But what he is not is he is not a good defender, like at all because he got destroyed today in the paint. Russell Westbrook is going in and Phil. Bradley Beal was getting easy cuts to the basket, and pretty much. And Daniel Gafford had himself a game today. Uh, so yeah, there was no resistance from Sabonis in the paint because he is not a good rim protector. He's decent in guarding the post when someone's backing him up, but yeah, the Pacers clearly miss Miles Turner on the defensive end, and when Miles Turner is playing center, Sabonis is forced to guard on the perimeter where he is not really good. So come to Miles Turner. Miles Turner can space the floor. He can defend, and I feel like Sabonis being there is kind of limiting Miles Turner offensively. Miles Turner can go passive at times in offense, but when you give him the keys, he can really score. Like I remember some games when Sabonis is sitting out, and Miles Turner was just given the keys in center, and he was really balling out. So yeah, that is the potential Turner has, and along with being one of the best shot blockers and one of the best defenders in the league. So this is the front court tandem we have right now. But the thing is, what is going to happen to this team? The because I think the Pacers will eventually have to make a choice between the two. Because it's already proven that you can't play these two together. Like with Sabonis in the center, the offense just takes a whole other level. Like the offense becomes really good. And with Turner at center, the offense is kind of lacking, but then the defense is kind of maintainable. But again, without Turner, the defense is pathetic. So I think they will have to make a call on this one, and they will have to make some percentages. If they were to trade one of the two, I would say trade Turner because Sabonis, while all his flaws defensively, he is still a bona fide star, and I think he can get a little better defensively. This hope is coming from me looking at Nikola Jokic and how he has improved a bit as a he's not an elite defender by any means, but he makes his presence known on that end. Let's talk about this is my take on the Turner Sabonis situation. Now, coming to the rest of the team. Um so coming to Malcolm Brogdon, who had missed the latter half of the season due to injury, Brogdon's a great player. I love everything he does, but I still feel Brogdon is better suited as a two guard. Where he's a great playmaker, but he can be a secondary playmaker and a scorer. But where the team is structured right now, that Brogdon going to play point, and Cass LeVert is playing shooting guard. Cass LeVert is also fantastic. I think Cass LeVert is going to make an All Star team as soon as next season. Like if he can just stay, injuries have been an hindrance for him, but if he can stay healthy, Cass LeVert has the time to really take off. So the problem with this team is not the talent. It's just that. So this season, one of the main reasons is the whole lot of injuries that have happened, and I think the beginning was mainly the Brogdon-Sabonis show, which is pretty good actually. And then later on, I think Brogdon was kind of in and out of the lineup. Sabonis was also in and out at one point, and then it was Miles Turner and TJ McConnell. I'll come to him a little bit. I really hope this team resigns TJ McConnell because he should have been in the six man of the year conversation, in my opinion, and he should get an all defensive second team at the very least because this man has been insane. Like despite being like 6'1", which is kind of short, and he's been defending everyone. Like short TJ McConnell, he's one of the most fun players to watch, and like the guy, I think he's probably the best player to in that 10 to 15 feet range. Like I don't think he's missed a shot from that. Like figuratively speaking, he has been fantastic in that area. Uh, and yeah, he's had games where he had like 14, 15 assists. I'm kind of warming up to the idea to put TJ at point guard, let TJ start at point guard, Brogdon at shooting guard, and uh, put Lavert at small forward. Come to TJ Warren. So TJ Warren was the bubble MVP. I mean, until Damian Lillard, to start playing like Damian Lillard, but he just became Michael Jordan out of like for like 4 or 5 games, and a lot of people at the time thought TJ Warren fine broken and stuff. I did not buy into the hype because TJ Warren, because there was no aspect of TJ Warren's game that had really improved. He was just taking more shots and he was on a hot streak. That was pretty much it. And Jimmy Butler let him know his place in the playoffs. So yeah, so and he missed pretty much the entire season due to injury, and there was some altercation with the case Nate Bjorkgren. Apparently, the guy is kind of I mean, he's a bad guy apparently. So there has been a lot of drama with the coach and the team, which kind of is like, I mean, this is not characteristics from this organization. This organization has been kind of stable. But the firing of Nate McMillan was supposed to be like, Nate McMillan has done a great job with his team, and he has taken us this far. But he's not the guy who's going to take us further. The thing is, Nate McMillan hasn't really been tested, like because the Pacers want like every year they Nate McMillan has scores, the Pacers have exceeded expectations. So I wasn't really a fan of Nate McMillan firing, and now he's the interim coach in Atlanta, and Atlanta's been playing great. McMillan's a fantastic coach. So I think that was a pretty bad fire in my opinion. And I don't know what Nate Bigger. He has a decent offensive scheme, but then Pacers, despite having like TJ McConnell, Brogdon, and Miles Turner, have been pretty mediocre defensively throughout the season. And once Turner went out, they were abysmal. So yeah, these are some of the issues they'll have to face. I don't think they can face any major issues in the offseason, but as long as this team can stay healthy, I think this team does have potential to be come back to like the playoffs, like the middle of the playoffs, like the fifth seed or the sixth seed. And another major issue they will have to and Jeremy Lamb was also another great player from the bench. And yeah, that's it. So this the Turner-Sabonis thing is a major issue. The point guard rotation. So this team by no means is a championship team, and a lot of people are saying like they should just blow it up, start back from the draft. But that's the thing. The tanking culture is one of the worst things that can happen to a franchise. Just look at the Sacramento Kings and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have made the playoffs once in the last like 17, 18 years, and the Sacramento Kings haven't made the playoffs since 2006. So yeah, that's what the tank culture really does. But it's good to stay competitive. I like seeing the team competitive, but staying healthy is one of the key points. I mean, the main reason we weren't as good as they expected was because of health. But I think the team being healthy, plus I think Miles Turner trade should be in the block, and maybe Nate Bjorkgren should get fired. If they have a good coaching option backup, ideally I would like someone like Kenny Atkinson to coach this team. But let's see how this goes. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you.